Frankie goes to Hollywood. Hey, yo, Frankie. Frankie.
Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.
What's going on, y'all? It's Huggie Pacino back with another video. Man by the name of Marquez Chambers was arrested for allegedly raping a 7-year-old girl in a South Memphis home. Memphis police have arrested a man for rape of a 7-year-old girl. The incident happened in August while the child was visiting the man in South Memphis, according to an affidavit. The girl told police that Marquez Chambers, 33, woke her up one morning and told her to pull her pants down. He then raped the girl, according to the affidavit. The victim told police Chambers asked her if it hurt, but he did not stop when she said yes. According to the affidavit, Chambers told the victim to take a bath after the assault. The victim told police no one else was at the home when the assault occurred. Chambers is a registered sex offender in Tennessee, according to the affidavit. At the time of the assault, he was out on bail for another sexual assault. Chambers has been charged with aggravated rape of a child. Now, let's go back up here, because it's going to be a very long video. This individual has a very, very, very strange criminal history of what you just read. And there's a deep rabbit hole to how he got into the point where he became a sex offender. And then he caught another charge recently. And this will be his third sexual assault charge since becoming a registered sex offender. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dark, troubled life of Marquez Chambers. Let's go. Now, I want to warn you all, I'm going to go through multiple affidavits through his criminal history. And I want to warn you all that these details are very graphic. If you get triggered by any of these statements that I read or any type of necessary details of these statements, I want you to be aware that it may trigger you. So please take precaution. I have edited these affidavits because I didn't want to reveal, certain names. You will see first names and the ones that have the last name revealed. They have been edited out. All the addresses, the only name that you will see is either officers and the actual suspect in question. So, disclaimer. Now, this is the recent case. Personally appeared before me, and I don't really have to read all that, but let's continue. Because he's charged with aggravated rape of a child. It was reported that 7-year-old A. Blank was sexually assaulted by Marquez Chambers on or about 22nd day of August 2020 while visiting him at Blank Street. A. Blank disclosed during a forensic interview that Marquez Chambers woke her up one morning and told her to pull down her pants. She stated Marquez put her on the bed and put his penis in her vagina while she was laying on her back and he was laying on top of her. A. Blank stated he asked her, did it hurt? She stated she told him it hurt, but he did not stop. A. Blank also disclosed that Marquez Chambers put his penis in her butt. She stated they were standing against the bedroom wall when he put his penis in her butt. She stated afterwards Marquez told her to take a bath. A. Blank stated no one else was at the house when this assault occurred. Ladies and gentlemen, before I continue, I want you to understand something, that this affidavit has no details of anyone else in this home. They have no details of how the 7-year-old girl made a visit to this man who is 33 years old. Who brought this 7-year-old girl to the home? Who homes does this man live in? Because when I go through the rabbit hole here, you're gonna clearly know that it's impossible for Chambers to have this house to himself, yet alone the fact that the 7-year-old girl clearly didn't just get up and walk to this house. Okay? Now let's continue. Marquez Chambers is a registered sex offender in Tennessee. He is currently out on bail for another sexual assault. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one case, and this is the recent case. So, what was that original case that he's currently out on bail for? Well, let's get into that. Now, this is the second affidavit for the recent case that he's out on bail for. All right. Now, this was December the 12th of 2019. All right. Now, these are the offenses: Tennessee Sexual Offender and Violent Sexual Offender Registration, Verification, and Tracking Act of 2004, to with residential and work restrictions, 2 counts. And then it's failure of an offender to timely register or report, 2 counts. Now, within this situation, he wasn't doing his job to keep his registry to label him as a sex offender, because you have to, if you go to different places, different neighborhoods, different addresses, you have to report, you have to notify these people. So he wasn't even doing that. But I digress. Marquez Chambers is a convicted sex offender. He was convicted on March the 23rd, 2018 of solicitation of a minor in Shelby County, Tennessee. Marquez Chambers is classified as a violent sexual offender against children. On February 4th, 2020, Memphis Police Department received a Department of Children's Services complaint regarding Marquez Chambers. Marquez Chambers sexually assaulted 13-year-old female M. Blank while he was spending the night at Blank. The victim, M. Blank, had a forensic interview on January 7th, 2020, when she made a disclosure of sexual abuse happening several times between December the 12th of 2019 through February the 4th of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, this is almost a month, or 2 months, I'm sorry. This is almost 2 whole months, okay? Now, if you go back to what I said, that this oath was made on December the 12th, all right? But let's continue. This occurred while all of the adults inside the apartment were asleep. Sexual offenders are not allowed to be alone with minors or left unsupervised by an adult who is unable to observe the offender and the minor, 1 count. Marquez Chambers was staying the night at which is approximately 125 feet away from Hollywood Library and the community center. No sex offender shall be within 1,000 feet from the property line of a recreational center, 1 count. Marquez Chambers is required to report to the Memphis Police Sex Offender Registry monthly because he reports as being homeless. The last time he reported to be Memphis Police Sex Offender Registry was on March the 28th of 2020. He failed to report on his March and April reporting date, 2 counts. This offense occurred in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what he currently was out on bail for. And I want to disclose also, without going back to prove it, just take my word for it, the bail was $90,000. So somebody apparently put up either $9,000 or probably 3 or 4 or something like that. They probably got it lowered to like 2, and they bailed him out. So he's out on bail. Now, don't hold me to this. Who's to say that at the recent case where he was living, where his recent charge was, the 7-year-old girl, who's to say that the possible owner of the home or the person who's on the lease or actually paying the rent there, or whatever the case may be, who's to say that this person didn't bail him out and give him a place to stay? Because now we see that he's also labeled as homeless in his second charge, in his second report from Department of Children's Services. All right. Now, I want to also say this: if Children's Services was called, why doesn't it say that the Memphis Police Department got a phone call from Nana, about the actual assault? Children's Services was informed, not the police department. Memphis Police Department received it from the Children's Services. But let's continue. So there's another affidavit. I want to get into this because there's so much to get into. Now, this is where it started as his first sex offender, where he became a sex offender. But this is not the very first charge, but let's continue. All right, so this is solicitation of a minor, aggravated statutory rape. All right. On June 1st, 2016, Memphis Police Department responded to a complaint of a solicitation of a minor. S. Blank reported that her 14-year-old daughter, S.C. Blank, may be involved in an inappropriate sexual relationship with a 28-year-old male, Marquez Chambers. S. Blank advised that she found several text messages in her daughter's phone that displayed Chambers and the 14-year-old S.C. Blank discussing plans to have sex. On June 9th, 2016, Sergeant A. Clark, 1394, interviewed the 14-year-old S.C. Blank, at which time she provided a detailed statement of her relationship with Chambers. S.C. Blank advised that Chambers asked her to meet him at a location and not to wear any panties. Sergeant A. Clark then observed several text messages between Chambers and the 14-year-old S.C. Blank that showed Chambers and S.C. Blank making plans to have sexual intercourse. S.C. Blank also positively identified Marquez Chambers in a photo lineup as the 28-year-old male who she, Blank, communicated with and made plans to have sex with on May the 30th, 2016. This offense occurred in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee. Now, this is where it started, but there's more to that before this case. Here we go. November the 29th of 2015, this particular offense was domestic assault. On November the 29th, 2015, at 800 hours, Officer Ann Russell responded to a simple assault domestic violence at Blank. Upon arrival, was advised that by victim Nisa Blank that she became in a verbal altercation with her boyfriend and victim Marquez Chambers, who was also the father of their 2 children. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has 2 children. He has 2 children, okay? So this is the mother of his kids, okay? Let's continue. Victim Nisa Blank advised that the verbal altercation turned physical when victim Marquez Chambers came into the kitchen and began cussing her and struck her in the left side of the face twice with his fist. Victim Nisa Blank then stated that she fell to the ground and victim Marquez Chambers began kicking her in the face while she was down. At this time, victim Nisa Blank was able to get away and called for the police. Officer took photos for documentation purposes of the victim, Nisa Blank, but didn't observe any injuries at the time of reporting. Now, I thought that was kind of odd. I'm assuming that this chick is a terminatrix. Yeah, it's like you can't hurt this chick. Let's continue. Anyway, officers then spoke to victim Marquez Chambers, who stated that once he woke up and didn't want to engage in conversation with his girlfriend, victim Nisa Blank became very upset and followed him into the bathroom. Victim Marquez Chambers then stated he attempted to shut the bathroom door, at which time she struck him in the back of the head with a cooking pan filled with bleach. She hit you in the back of the head with a pan filled with bleach? Okay, that's kind of weird. Cooking pan got bleach in it? Why would it? Anyway, let's continue. Victim Marquez Chambers also stated that as he exited the bathroom, victim Nisa Blank, then began to scratch him alongside his neck. Once victim Marquez Chambers was able to get away, he also notified police. Officers took photos of the injuries for documentation purposes, but was unable to observe any injuries at the time of reporting. Due to conflicting statements in both parties reporting injuries, officers were unable to determine the primary aggressor, and both parties were arrested to prevent the offense from continuing, because that's what they do. The police get there. If they can't figure out what's what, both of y'all go to jail. I've been there. I've done that. Let's continue. Officers had both victim offenders complete a DV, hold harmless on the scene, and are aroused police car, tag the hold harmless at 201 property and evidence. Both parties declined medical treatment and transportation from the scene, and the children were released to victim Nisa Blank, uncle James Blank. These events occurred in Shelby County, Tennessee. But wait, there's more. Let's zoom this on in right quick. This is a restraining order, ladies and gentlemen. So you know what this means? If you look at the timeline, it was a little bit later. Now I want you to put it together. Do you think this is how you became homeless? Let's continue. On April 14th, 2017, Memphis police officers Jay Mosley responded to a stalking DV at Blank. Victim Nisa Blank advised she is being constantly harassed and stalked by her ex-boyfriend, defendant Marquez Chambers. Victim was at her uncle's house, the same uncle that's written right there as James. He's the one that took the kids. But I digress. Victim was at her uncle's house, where the defendant went to, rang the doorbell, called the home phone and witnessed James Blank cell phone multiple times. Victim advised defendant has been doing this for the last 7 days. Witness is victim's uncle. Witness observed defendant at the front door knocking and calling the house phone. Witness opened the door and told defendant he was calling the police and leave. Defendant left prior to the police arrival. A report was done that the victim completed a DV hold harmless on May the 1st, 2017. Victim and witness met with DV investigator Sergeant Chapman. Victim made positive ID on Marquez Chambers via single shot photo. Witness was shown a 6-picture photo lineup and made positive ID of Marquez Chambers. Victim and witness gave typed statements. Defendant's actions directed toward victim had caused her to be frightened, harassed, terrorized, and intimidated. Defendant was arrested on December the 5th of 2016 for aggravated assault and domestic violence against victim. That case was disposed of, and the defendant is currently on probation because of Marquez Chambers' actions. Nisa Blank has her reason for fear of her safety. So this man is on probation for the original domestic violence charge. He also gets charged with stalking, and he's put on a restraining order. Ladies and gentlemen, he violated this restraining order. But wait, there's more. On July the 6th, 2017, Nisa Blank reported to the Memphis Police Department, Memphis police officer, D'Angelo Starro, I think that's how you say his name, that she observed her ex-boyfriend, Marquez Chambers, standing in front of her apartment building where she resides at, and proceeded to her neighbor's apartment where she became involved in an argument with Chambers. The argument was witnessed by Blank neighbor Ernestine Blank. On July the 9th, 2017, Blank came to the Domestic Violence Bureau and gave a written statement of the incident, and Blank identified Marquez Chambers as responsible for the offense from a photograph. Blank was accompanied by Ernestine Blank, who gave a written statement advising on or about July the 6th, 2007, she observed Marquez Chambers approach Blank and began to argue with her. Blank also identified Marquez Chambers as the person she observed arguing with Blank from a photograph. On June the 13th of 2017, Nisa Blank was issued an order of protection from Shelby County General Sessions Division 25 Court, which enjoins and restrains Marquez Chambers from direct and indirect contact with her. This order shows to be effective until June 13, 2018. So, this man committed domestic violence, was on probation, was also placed on order of protection. He also violated that order of protection because what you read, well, it's pretty obvious. And then he's homeless, and then he moves to a random area, house full of people, catches his first sexual assault charge, becomes a sexual offender, sex offender, and then he catches a recent charge, does something to someone, and his recent charge is, today with a 7-year-old girl. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to also say this, and I want to ask the quick question that maybe you all can answer along with your opinions in the comment section. You ever wondered if he was possibly sexually assaulting someone else prior to where he never got caught or was never arrested? He did have 2 kids with this woman. Who's to say if he sexually assaulted those kids? And what if that's the reason why Nisa wants nothing to do with them? Why isn't all of these stories that we read, these affidavits, not one time does it say a responsible party was in the home? Why are these kids labeled in the affidavit as if they're completely all by themselves? Why aren't they not labeling adults in the home with him? Why aren't they not labeling the parents of the kids that were aware or that made the report? It seemed like these kids are just all alone in these reports. And I think it's messed up. Because I'm pretty sure that 7-year-old has a girl, a mother. I'm pretty sure that 13-year-old has a mother. This don't make any sense. Anyway. So this is Marquez Chambers, ladies and gentlemen. As far as I'm concerned, I hope he burns in hell. I hope he never comes home from jail. These are the type of people that deserve to be locked behind bars or executed. Let me know what y'all think. It's Huggie Pacino for the Huggie Pacino effect. P.S. I hopefully I will have some more information about that recent case, because this particular address and this particular home I'm familiar with who used to own that house. So I'm hoping that it's nobody that I personally know, but I will keep that, in the background, because I can't talk about something I can't prove. In the meantime, leave me your thoughts and opinions. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Peace. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel by hitting the red subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification bell. If you have problems receiving notifications, make sure you unsubscribe and then resubscribe and hit the bell again. On the right hand side, all of my channels will be available, and subscribe to all of them, because with YouTube censorship, there's no telling where I might have to move around. So make sure you subscribe to all channels available. And if you have a cell phone, in the description box of each and every single upload, you can follow me on social media. You can also contact me via phone and email, and there will be a link to each channel to subscribe to. And also, don't forget to check out my playlist, my vision series, and my uploads over the past few years. You can go all the way back to the memory lane as well. If you would like to donate, Cash App and PayPal. $ Huggie Pacino, PayPal.com/Huggie Pacino. Thank you for watching. I am Huggie Pacino for the Huggie Pacino effect. Thank you.
Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.